Jaya Jaya Radha Madhavam Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabham Jaya Girivardhari Vanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhavam Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhav Jaya Radha Madhav Jaya Radha Madhav Jaya Radha Madhav Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo श्री राधा माधव की श्लोकोपाठ की ग्रंथर श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय गौर प्रेमानंदी ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य जनञ्जना शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिति नाम्नि नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी पिचानी निर्विशेष निवारी पश्चात्य देशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवला बकाति सत्मा बंधमय सावधाना माते। जहारा प्रसादे बाय हे बाबा तोरिया जान कृष्ण प्राप्ति होए जहाँ होते, कृष्ण प्राप्ति होए जहाँ होते। Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jaya mudiraye nasa priyeso bhadreso nityam bhagavata sevya bhagavate uttama shloke bhakti bhavati nastaki yasyam vaistruya manayam Krishna parama purushe bhakti utpadyate pumsaha sokamaha bhayapaha. Simply by giving oral reception to this material literature, Srimad Bhagavatam, the feeling for loving devotion, service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, starts off at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness. Srimad Bhagavatam 177. Sorry, today actually I wanted to show the PowerPoint. At least we have never written the sloka. So I'll recite the sloka because it's a long verse. If you have in your phone, you can recite together 5, 11, 15. Nayavat itam tanu prahu narendra viduya maya mayunodayena vimukta sangojita sat sapadno vidatma tattvam ramati hatavan. Anybody want to read the translation?
My dear King Raghugana, as long as the conditioned soul accepts the material body and is not freed from the contamination of material enjoyment, and as long as he does not conquer his six enemies and come to the platform of self-realization by awakening his spiritual knowledge, he has to wander among different places and different species of life in this material world.
Okay, you can read the purport. It's a short purport.
When one's mind is absorbed in the material conception, he thinks that he belongs to a particular nation, family, country or creed. These are all upadhis, designations, and one has to become free from them. Sarvopadhi vinit
Muktam.
muktam. As long as one is not free, he has to continue conditioned life in material existence. The human form of life is meant for cleansing away these misconceptions. If this is not done, one has to repeat the cycle of birth and death and thus suffer all material conditions.
I think the power Kim. Okay, I think Krishna's side. Okay, second 5, 11, 16. Today we'll discuss two verses. Na yavat itan mana atmalingam samsara tapava panam janasha yachoka mohamaya ragalopa vairano bandam mamatam vidate. Somebody can read the translation.
Because the mind is affected by disease, lamentation, illusion, attachment, greed and enmity, it creates bondage, a false sense of intimacy within this material world.
Prabhu, you can read the purport, it's a short purport.
The mind is the cause of both material bondage and liberation. The impure pure mind thinks, I am this body. The pure mind knows that it is not the material body. Therefore, the mind is considered to be the root of all material designations. Until the living entity is aloof from the association and contaminations of this material world, the mind will be absorbed in such material things as birth, death, disease, illusion, attachment, greed, and enmity. In this way, the living entity is conditioned and he suffers material miseries.
Shall we wait for a while? Yeah.
निकाल के वापस कर रिमूव एंड पुट बैक
Oh, remove and put.
कोई जी गया नो पावर
Up. Okay, never mind. So this verse was spoken by Jadabar to King Raghugana. Okay, I'm sure you know the past one. Okay, so how many birth of Bharat? Anybody can remember? How many different birth of Bharat? Can anybody say? Okay, what is that?
One is King Bharata, one is Dear Bharata, one is Jad Bharata.
Yeah, but okay. So, as you know, King Bharata, he was in the level of Paramahamsa, you know. He gave his family, kingdom, everything. You know, was preparing to go back home to Godhead. He left everything, went to jungle, he practiced devotion service. You know, can you imagine a king, you know, with so much opulence, yet he can renounce such a very elevated devotee, you know. So, he practiced penance, you know, he practiced penance. In Srimad Bhagavatam 5.7.12, chapter 5, chapter 7, it mentioned very elaborately the pastime, the three pastime of Bharat Maharaj. So, what level of Paramahamsa? Yet he fall down. Why? Paramahamsa shouldn't fall down. Yet he fall down. Why?
Neglected his sadhana.
He neglected his sadhana. Okay? Prabhu, why Paramahamsa can fall down? Material affection. Any other?
Not in the association of the
Not in, yeah.
Krishna's will.
Actually, this question asked one Sannyasi when he was giving, so he said, in the Krishna's will. We can't take, usual Paramahamsa don't fall down. They are elevated, correct? That's why the Paramahamsa. Yeah, in the case of Bharat Maharaj, you can see he fell down just because of deer. No, just because of deer. So, Prabhupada answered, Prabhupada said then, you see how powerful attachment. How powerful material attachment, even Paramahamsa can fall down. So Prabhupada, okay, yeah. Yeah, he was practicing, okay, wonderfully, okay. He was to go back home. Can you imagine now? Just little bit left. After millions of birth, finally he has perfected life and little bit left to go back home. And because of attachment to a deer. Okay? So it is mentioned that even in the jungle you can see that Bhagavan says he constantly meditates on the reddish lotus feet of the Lord. The filled with water of aesthetic love. Can you imagine? He was that level, Paramahansa level. And he fell down, because of that deer. The great king river saw the small deer bereft of his mother floating down the river. Seeing thee, he felt great compassion. Like a sincere friend, he lifted the infant deer from the waves, knowing to be motherless, brought it to ashrama. You know the pastime, because mother deer, freed of lion, she was about to jump the river and she delivered the baby deer. You know the pastime. So here the question is that, here Panchi Bhagavatam says, out of compassion, he rescued the baby deer. So, was it fall? Bharat Maharaj, what he did? He rescued the deer, baby deer out of compassion. And eventually caused attachment, caused him to fall down. So, the question is it wrong for him to rescue the deer, which eventually caused his fall down? Is it wrong? Why?
It was his attachment.
His attachment. Why is not wrong for him to rescue the baby deer? What do you think, Prabhu?
Because the baby deer is also part and parcel of Krishna. So if he can save him, then 2 minutes he can save him, and then keep him and leave him. But he didn't leave him.
Yeah. Prabhu, what do you think? Was it wrong?
The natural quality of the soul, compassion.
Yeah. Yes, true. Vaishnava. Okay. Tik Savakarnika. So, compassion, natural quality of Vaishnava. Nothing wrong with him rescuing the baby deer. That was his natural compassion to rescue anybody. Correct? So, nothing wrong. Like what Prabhu said, yes, true. Even Bhagavatam says, he should have released the deer after that. The message that he took care of the deer. He took care of the deer and eventually he developed attachment to the deer. Okay. Gradually Maharaj Bharat became very affectionate toward the deer. He began to raise it and maintain it by giving it grass. He always carefully protected it from the attack of tiger and other animals. When he reached he petted it, and this way he always tried to keep it in comfortable condition. He sometimes out of love being attached to raising a deer, Maharaj Bharat forgot the rules and regulations for the advancement of a spiritual life. So this where his fall down begins. His fall down begins because he started to neglect his sadhana. If he maintained sadhana at the same time take care of the deer, probably would have saved him. But he neglected his sadhana. That's where his fall down begins. When the Lord was engaged in some ritualistic ceremony, although he was still attained to get up and he will stop his yagya, everything, and then he look for the deer. Can you imagine? Because of attachment. At the time of that, the king saw that deer was sitting by his side exactly like his own son and was lamenting his death. Actually, the mind of the king was absorbed in the body of the deer, and consequently, like those bereft, Krishna, he left the world, the deer, and his spiritual world, and acquired the body of a deer. However, there was one advantage. Although he lost his human body and received the body of a deer, he did not forget the incident of his past life. Why he didn't forget the incident of past life?
Krishna's mercy.
Yeah. Because he did devotional service. Krishna never forget. Even little he did, Krishna never forget. Because he did wonderful devotional service, so by Krishna's mercy he could remember his previous birth. Okay. Very famous verse. Can everybody read? Yam yam api swarambhavam tejati ante kalevaram tam tam evaiti kamteya saratat bhava bhavitaha. Prabhu can read.
Whatever whatever state of being one remembers, when he quits his body, person of Kunti, that state he will attain without pain.
This statement actually is very scientific, You cannot find any other scripture mention that at the time of death, when you leave the body, whatever thought comes, you will get another one, next body. You never find this statement in any scripture, So it's very scientific, Even scientists have proven it, Scientists have proven it. So there was a case, I'm sure even Stevenson, he did a lot of survey research on reincarnation, especially in India. He came to India. Actually, he died. So he did many research on reincarnation and wrote books. So there was one story he wrote. There was a boy who was shot on a ear. He was shot in previous life. He died because he was shot, In the next life, he was born with a ear missing, kind of 1 ear missing. Another case is that one person died because he was derailed by a train. He lost his both legs. In next life, he was born without legs, So it's very scientific, you see. How is it that whatever you think at the time of death, you'll get next life? How you explain that? How you explain? How Bhagavatam explain? See, Bhagavatam explained once in the lecture. He said, at the time of death, the impression of a thought captured in your mind. A mind is a part of subtle body. Mind, intelligent, false cause is imprinted in the mind. Last incident, before you leave the body. Imprinted in the subtle body. And the subtle body, with the mind, intelligent, false ego, carries you to the next body. According to the last mind imprinted. If you thought of, whatever, you thought of peak, the subtle body will bring you to the womb of a pig, So that's how Bhagavatam explained. So the last moment, last thought will be imprinted in the subtle body and carries into the next body. So that's how it explained. So then I asked Maharaj, one sannyasi, a question. If the person is very sinful, and he is supposed to go to hell, and suffer in hell, how is that the process? Eventually he gets the next body. He said, in the hell, when you are suffering, let's suppose you are fated to be born as a pig, according to your karma. And then, in the hell, you are punished. Towards the end of your punishment, when you are about to take birth again as a pig, your subtle body will start to transform into pig's body. There itself, the subtle body will start to transform to pig's body. You start getting 4 legs. You will get subtle body of a pig. You start to make noise out like a pig. So the body start in the hell itself towards the end. You will get a subtle body of a pig. And then that subtle body will come according to your karma and enter the womb of a pig's mother, because you are supposed to get a body of a pig. To enter the womb of a pig's mother, and that pig's mother will give you the gross body, material body of a pig. That's how he explained. So here Krishna says it's very scientific, I've been seeing this verse, very scientific, and none of the scripture mentioned this, only our scripture. Scientifically how it explained. So although in the body of dear Bharat Maharaj, due to the rigid devotions who in his past life could understand the cause of his birth, in that body. So he was regretting, oh, I wasted, I was about to go back, and because of my unnecessary attachment to deer, I got the body of a deer. But he was fortunate because of his service he has done, he could remember his past life. Although by constant repentance he became completely detached from all material things, he did not disclose these things to anyone, but he left his mother dear in a place known as Kalanjara mountain where he was born. He again went to the forest of Salagrama and went to the ashram Pulasha and Pulahamuni. He went there to get association. See, he knew the mistake he did, no association. So he went to the ashram of Pulasha Muni to get association. He knew. Dhruti being, then he was born as Jadabharat. Dhruti being especially gifted with the Lord's mercy, Bharat could remember the incident of his past life. Although he received the body of Brahmana, he was still very much afraid of his relative and friend who were not devotees. He was always very cautious of such association because he feared they will again fall down. So he knew the importance of sadhu sangha, the danger of asat sangha. He knew. Okay, in the body of Jadabhara, he knew. Correct. Consequently, he manifested himself before the public eye as a madman. To him, in this way, he saved himself from bad association. Okay, question. Is it practical to be like Jadabharat in this world now? Not talking to anyone, behaving like a madman. Is it exemplary for us, for devotees? Like for Jadabharat? Prabhu, what do you think? Because he was afraid of asa sangha, non-devotee. So is it practical? Is it applicable for us? What do you think, bro?
Acharyas have not told them.
Yeah. So it's not practical. Okay? It's not practical. Okay. You go become madman, they'll send you to a hospital, psychiatric hospital. Right. So it's not practical because Acharya never thought that, So this is a special case. We can take lesson, but we can't imitate them. I can take lesson from them, but we can't imitate them. Okay? Sukadeva Goswami continued, mighty king, this is Jadabharat talking to Rahugana. Ruler of the state known as Hindu and Savira was going to Kapileswarama. When the king's chief palanquin carrier reached the bank of the river Iksumati, they needed another carrier, therefore they began searching for someone. And by chance they came upon Jadabharat. They considered the fact that Jadabharat was very young and strong and had firm limbs like cows and asses. He was quite fit to carry loads. Thinking in this way, although the great soul Jadabharat was unfit for such a work, they nonetheless unhesitatingly forced him to carry a palanquin. Because he was a Brahmana, so he was unfit to do such work. Okay. I want you, bring you to this statement of Jadabharat to Rahugana. Very beautiful verse. Very beautiful verse. Everybody, Rahuganaita tapasyanayati Chechya nirvapanan grahatva Chanda sanaiva jalagni survaye Vinamahan patrajo abhishekam. Can somebody read? Very beautiful translation.
My dear King Rahugana, unless one has the opportunity to smear his entire body with the dust of the lotus feet of great devotees, one cannot realize the absolute truth. One cannot realize the absolute truth simply by observing celibacy, brahmacharya, strictly following the rules and regulations of householder life, leaving home as the vanaprastha, accepting sannyas, or undergoing severe penances and winter by keeping oneself submerged in water or surrounding oneself in summer by fire under the scorching heat of the sun. There are many other processes to understand the absolute truth. The absolute truth is revealed to one who has attained the mercy of the Creator.
See, very beautiful. Huh? Finally, Jatapara will tell Ragana, okay, how to attain. So how absolute is realized? How absolute truth can be realized? Three phases, you all know, correct? Okay, what are the phases?
Brahmeti, Brahmatmeti, Bhagavan.
Bhagavan, okay. Okay, Brahmajyoti, you can meditate. Paramatma also, yogi can meditate. But Bhagavan realization only by this. Vinamahan Partarajo Abhishek, only by the mercy of pure devotee. That's what Jatapara said. Very beautiful, okay. See, here it is mentioned, you can't do by celibacy, by following rule, regulation, vanapasa, sannyas. No way. Except by the mercy of pure devotee. Okay, here is mentioned that you have to smear the dust. What do you mean by that? Are you going to practically take the dust and smear on your body? Oh, I can go back.
Follow the instruction.
What do you mean by here? Here, smear the body with the dust from the lotus feet of Vaishnava. What do you mean? Surrender. Prabhu, what do you think? Yeah. Yeah. So actually, I was wondering also in one lecture, so it is mentioned that you can take either way. You can take the dust from the Vaishnava and put smear, you can take that way, or follow the instructions, serve the Vaishnava. That was the explanation given. You can, because both ways is beneficial for you. But of course, we try to take that to serve the Vaishnava. That's the meaning Jadabara was mentioning by spreading the dust. Okay? So these always, I love this the verse statement. Absolute truth is only revealed to those who ascertain the mercy of a great devotee. So I want to apply the teaching Jadabharat to Rahugana. So we can summarize the teaching with a few points. He said the nature of the mind, how it can entangle the soul and how to conquer it. Okay? In the teaching of Jadabharat to Rahugana, he mentioned about. That is what we are talking today. The verse story talks about the mind. Uncontrolled mind can cause entanglement and cause repeated birth and death. Okay? So that is one of the points mentioned by Jadabharat to Rahugana. So how if we don't control the mind and cause, sway from devotional service, eventually cause entanglement to this material world and cause repeated birth and death. And also mention how to conquer it, how to control the mind. Okay. And the next point Jadabhara mentioned is the falsity and temporality of the material world. And he identify in contrast with the eternality of the Lord, his devotee and his support. You must understand that this material world, everything in this material world is temporary. Family, or money, house, everything are temporary. And the eternal is the Lord, the devotee and the poet. That's eternal. So all of us should try to go back to the Lord, associate with the devotees and try to go back to his support Vaikuntha. So this is second teaching given by Jadabharat to Rahugana. And third teaching is the force of the material enjoyment, an allegory to explain how the conditioned soul enters this world. With a selfish, enjoying spirit, but is then. See, Jadabharat mentioning that at the first, we came to this material world because of selfishness and enjoying spirit. And to enjoy away from Krishna. Because of that, we came to this material world at the beginning. But then, injured, illusion and completely victimized by the different aspect of the material world. We are kicked by Maya here and there, Actually, we thought we can enjoy. Once Bhakti Maharaj gave a lecture. In the lecture he said, this material world is designed to forget Krishna. This material world is designed to forget Krishna. Practically you can see, Prabhu, very difficult to make a devotee, Prabhu, yeah. You can see everyone. Because if you remember Krishna, you can enjoy the material world. You have to forget Krishna in order for you to enjoy the material world. You remember Krishna, you can enjoy. That's why Krishna designed the world in such a way that you forget Him. So that you can enjoy. But there's a price to pay. You'll be attacked, plundered, injured, illusioned, and completely victimized by Maya. That's the price you have to pay. Okay? That's the teaching of Jadabharat. And finally, he thought, Jadabharat has concluded his profound dissemination of knowledge and encouraged the appreciative King Rahugana to perfect his life and cross the ocean of material addition. That was his advice to King Rahugana. Okay? So basically we can conclude, these are the conclusion of Jadabharat's teaching to some questions. What are the three lives of Bharat? Three lives of Bharat. Who's the king? Jadabharat prays to. Why Lord bless Jadabharat to remember his praise to life?
So that he can.
Now why he was blessed?
Sadhana, because of his
Previous. Okay. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Prabhupada ki jai. Grandhar Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank God the literacy came halfway. Okay. Any questions? Any comment?
Prabhuji, like as you told, the nature of mind, like the last impression.
Imprinted in a subtle body.
So, like after, like when we contemplate this, like death can come anytime, and this last impression can, like it becomes very difficult to work. Means think how to work in this world, because outside, like everywhere, the impressions they are giving, or we are surrounded by it. It's
Yeah. All the negative impression we are bombarded every day. Bombarded, correct? How to remember Krishna? So what's your question, bro?
So how to make sure that we will always remember Krishna at the time of death and nothing else? Like how to make it sure?
Yeah. That day I was speaking Antinarana Smriti to remember Krishna. Were you there? No. Prabhu, you were there? No. So on Sunday I gave so I'll answer the question. Is there? Okay. So it's true, Prabhu. We are in Kali Yuga, material world. I say, Krishna designed the material world to forget Him. By default, you should forget Him. Because there is a natural quality of jiva in Kali Yuga, in material world. And what they talk in Kali Yuga, among all the folk of the world, Yuga, Kali Yuga. So how to remember Krishna? So it's abnormal to remember Krishna. Abnormal. Normal thing is not to remember Krishna. This is mentioned in Kali Yuga, a religion will become irreligion. Irreligion will become the religion. So it's difficult. So once they asked Prabhupada, even to follow the four regulative principles is so difficult, Prabhupada. You know what Prabhupada answered? Prabhupada said, yes, it's difficult to follow regulative principles. You know what Prabhupada said? Just engage yourself 24 hours in Krishna's service. That was the answer Prabhupada gave. Prabhupada said it's difficult. It's not easy. Okay? Because this Kali Yuga is not man for God realization. It's not man. Prabhupada, even 1% become devotee is a great achievement. Can you imagine? Prabhupada said, 1% become devotee is a great achievement, Prabhupada said. 1% means now the world population is about 8.6 billion. 10% is 86 million. 1% is 8.6 million. So even you can get 8.6 million become devotee is a great achievement out of 8.6 billion. That's the Prabhupada said. So Prabhu it's not easy to remember Krishna. But in my class I mentioned that to remember Krishna is not by our endeavor, is by the mercy of Krishna. Krishna wants to remember him, he'll make you remember him. He wants you to forget him, he'll make you forget him. Of course, it all depends on our desire. But at the end of the day, at the end of life, to remember Krishna is by his mercy. Once Prithvi Devi asked Varaha Bhagavan, her husband, "Oh my Lord, you said that at the time of death, whoever remembers me, you'll take him back to the spiritual world." You said that. But how if your devotee unable to remember you at the time of death? See, Jagannath Baladev. Because of some disturbance, for example, they in coma. How to remember? Correct. But he was a devotee, whole life been serving, all of a sudden coma accident, unconscious. So Prithvi will ask, what will happen to them? This kind of situation. And Lord will say, I will remember the devotee. I will remember. Okay, he was. I will remember. So Prabhupada said, don't worry. Don't worry whether I'll remember Krishna or not. Don't worry. Prabhupada said, work now, samadhi later. You just engage in your service to Krishna. At the end of the life, Krishna will do. So you don't worry. So we don't worry, Prabhu. We just engage, whatever we just be instrument, just engage as much as possible in Krishna's service. So once Prabhupada was giving a lecture on this Anti Narana Smriti. That evening Malati Mataji was in the room serving Prabhupada. Then she asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you mentioned in the class that at the end of life we have to remember Krishna to go back home. Is it true? Prabhupada said, yes. Then she asked, Prabhupada, how if I remember you at the time of death? Will I go back? Prabhupada said, yes. So if you even remember your spiritual master, he'll take you back. That was answer. So Prabhupada gave Prabhu, you don't worry, Prabhu. Okay, anything will happen. Any moment you can die, in whatever circumstances. But if you engage, give your life to Krishna, Krishna say, I'll remember the devotee. He never abandoned devotee. Huh? Okay? Hare Krishna. Okay, I'll stop. Yes, Prabhu.
You said that means persons, they will go to hell and they will suffer, and after that they will take the birth of
According to karma.
So once person goes to hell, will he be suffering all his sinful reactions at one time, or some will be remaining and then again he will take the birth?
Yeah, this question actually, Prabhu, I asked few people in our house, same thing. When you go, will you suffer everything, finish off everything one shot? Millions of birth of karma, will you finish off one time? In hell and take a new life, start from zero? Ask this question, To be frank, I haven't found even in Prabhupada book this question. Whether will you finish all your sin in one go in hell and start fresh zero in the next life? So, and I asked Sanyasi also this question, Then he said, Prabhu, you won't finish off your karma in one go. He mentioned about 7 births. mentioned about 7 birth. You clear and you take birth again. I take birth again. Okay? So, what is the explanation? You won't finish off your karma in one go. But some people, he said, can finish off the karma in one go. Some people. It all depends on the karma, depends on your Krishna desire, so many things, you know. So he didn't give one answer that everybody will go to one, you know, same. He gave that, he mentioned that 7 birth, you will finish off your karma, and then start back again, you know. So something, and he also mentioned that some people will finish off the karma in one go and fresh zero again. He mentioned that. To be frank, Prabhu, until now I haven't came across any books answering that question, because even I was asking the question, will I finish in one go in hell or not? You know, there are millions of karma. Can you finish off? But it's mentioned, Prabhu, then those who are suffering in hell they'll be suffering one hell, go to another hell, go to another hell, go to another hell. So severe punishment. So to be frank, Prabhu, I haven't got a clear answer to this question. Even I'm searching for the answer. Will we finish off in one go and start fresh, or will carry some of the sin? But one more answer, Prabhu, I read, you know what? It's mentioned, I asked this question to one sannyasi. Let's say you have done 70% punya and you have done 30% sin. What will happen? Ask him. If the person, for example, have done 70% punya, 30% sin, what will happen? You know what he answered? I haven't came across any scripture, but this was the answer by sannyasi. He said, Chitragupta he will take the accumulation. He won't take one sin and punish you. One punya, you go to heaven. No. He will take accumulation, cumulative of that. He will measure. Your punya and your sin. Measure. If your punya is more, for example, 70%, punya is more, Yamaraj will send you to heaven. Okay? To enjoy your 70% punya. But you still have 30% sin. And that 30%, you know what will happen? You will be born on earth and suffer the 30% sin. You won't go to hell. That was the answer he gave. Okay? That's why you can see people are suffering on earth. Is actually suffering the previous karma. Okay? Let's say you have done 70% sin, 30% punya. Chitrakuta will weigh. Sin is more than punya. Yamaraj will send you to hell. You will suffer the 70% sin, and balance 30% punya. You won't go to heaven. You are born on earth as a king's son, a rich family, to enjoy your 30% punya. That was answer given. Okay? Chitragupta won't punish you. Okay, you have done 100 sin. One by sin, it isn't. So he said Chitragupta will take the cumulative. That's what he explained to me. But so far, Prabhu, I haven't came across any sastric words on that. I make it clear with it. This was explanation by a sannyasi when I asked the question.
Prabhupada also says that when you come, suppose you said like 70% punya and 30% sin. And in the 70% punya, if you do more like bhakti and that, then your sinful reactions, they will be fried and they will not fructify.
Then bhakti is different, Prabhu. Altogether different world. Okay? Bhakti is different. Bhakti can nullify even papa and punya. Okay? Bhakti akama. The punya karma, the vikarma. Bhakti can burn both punya karma and vikarma. Correct? Akama is neither good punya nor bad punya. You will go back to Vaikuntha. Because it is a punya, you will take birth. again a better world. Okay? Correct. Bhakti is different thing. If you do bhakti, you burn both punya and papa. That's true. That's why Prabhupada encourages to don't do punya. Open a hospital, no need. They will create punya, will take birth again, what's the point? Either in heaven or wherever, what's the point? You do bhakti, you burn both punya and vikarma, you go back. That's true, Prabhu. That's why we are encouraged to do bhakti. Okay? Even there's a question in initiation. What's the difference with activity of punya karma and chanting the holy name? It's a question. What you will get by punya karma, what you will get by chanting holy name? Answer question. Chanting is a bhakti. Okay, we'll burn both. Yes, Prabhu. Okay. Hare Krishna, can I stop here?
Prabhuji, but example, like we have done bhakti, but we have not gone to Godhead in one lifetime, then we won't even have punya or sukriti. Then what is the
Prabhu, what? Can you repeat the question?
example? Like you said, we'll do bhakti, we'll burn both punya.
Both punya, yeah, vikarma and
we
punya.
couldn't go to back to Godhead in
Yes.
one lifetime. Then we won't even have punya nor sukriti. Then how again we'll start bhakti?
Prabhupada said, Prabhu, if you do a little bhakti, you are unable to go back, not sufficient enough to go back home. Bhagavan said, next life, you will start double where you stop. You stop in this life 20% bhakti, next life you start with 40% bhakti. You born in a devotee's family, a house, you start with 40% bhakti. That's what Bhagavan says. So nothing lost, Prabhu. Don't worry. Even whatever you do bhakti, even though you cannot perfect in this life, doesn't matter. Next life you can start with double the amount. Okay? Just continue chanting, don't worry. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Brother Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Take care, Premanande. Try to come for this week, most for Thursday and Saturday. I'll be speaking on journey of the soul after death from Garda Purana. I'll be talking in depth about this journey in suffering hell, all that. So try to attend here in temple. In Thursday, they'll send an invitation. Thursday and Saturday, I think. They haven't confirmed with me yet, but they told me it's going to be Thursday and Saturday, 7:30 to 9. Is it Wednesday? Oh, yeah. So I haven't received yet. Wednesday, is it? Could be. Yeah. Shivaratri holiday, yeah. Try to attend that. Okay, Hare Krishna.